Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be a new Will I Buy It. This is the series that I post every single Wednesday chatting over new makeup releases. I don't feel like we have a whole ton going on this week. I saw a little bit of holiday, a couple other just new releases in general, but hopefully it won't be a super long video. I think last week's video was under 30 minutes, and by under 30 minutes, I mean 29 minutes, but I still felt like that was pretty good. So I will have my playlist linked down below if you want to catch more of these videos. Like I said, I do post them every single Wednesday. I also started the community playlist, so any creator who makes the style of new releases videos can add theirs to the playlist if you want to see what a bunch of different people are thinking about all of these same releases. But why don't we go ahead and get started. Right, we are back with the curly hair. Does anyone else ever feel like when you curl your hair, it's kind of like a crapshoot. You don't know what could happen. You could curl your hair and you're like, this is the best work I have ever done. Where's my award? Or you curl your hair and you're like, do I just take a shower and pretend like that never happened? That's kind of the category that I was falling into today. I actually clipped some of it back with one of my clips that you can't even see, which is fine, because I felt like the front of my hair was just so like, wow. And that I was like, okay, hold on a second. I'm not mentally prepared to have this kind of hair dye. I did just finish filming this look for an Instagram tutorial, so I will have that linked in my description box if you want to check out how I got this eye look. I have lashes on today. I don't even know who I am. It's Monday. There is so much snow on the ground outside. So let's segue into talking about our first new makeup release, which happens to be to the Frozen Disney movie. So I feel like that's a good, it is frozen outside. I see ice. I see a lot of snow, and the roads were kind of not great this morning here in Iowa, so that was a bummer. But Colourpop, we have a lot of Colourpop to talk about this week. They're coming out with a new Disney collaboration collection, and this is with the Frozen movie. So I know this movie was so popular a while back. I couldn't go anywhere without hearing the, what's it, Let It Go song, right? Let It Go. Yeah. I was like, wait, is it Let It Snow or Let It Go? I see so many like memes and gifs online, especially right now as we're getting hit with winter, that I forget what it's called. And I remember like that Halloween just seeing so many pictures of the little kids dressed up as like the two sisters in the movie. There's a lot going on. So we have these new releases from Colourpop. So they have the Elsa collection and also the Anna collection. I think it's Anna, not Anna, but don't quote me. I have seen the Frozen movie once. I watched it with a few of my nieces one time when we were babysitting, and I thought it was a cute movie. I thought it was cute, but I'm pretty sure it's Elsa and Anna. So I have to say, looking at the two collections, I kind of immediately got pulled towards the Elsa. Like once I saw it come out, I was looking at the two and my eyes just kept going back to the Elsa palette. I don't know why. I think it's something to do with like that really pretty blue, which I don't even wear blue a lot, but I feel like it's something to do with that blue being next to like that icy white glitter. Like I feel like that color combo is like what's causing my eyes to light up. I don't know what it is. I think sometimes I've been noticing, because I've been catching myself doing this more, there can be like 2 or 3 shades next to each other in a palette, and that's what calls my attention. I think if like shades were like rearranged, I wouldn't have that. I don't know if that happens to anyone else, and it's kind of hard for me to explain. And it's weird because I'm also not the most visually creative person. Like there's so many times where I can look at a palette and have no idea what I'm doing, but I've also noticed that if certain shades are by each other, it it hits something in my brain that I'm like, oh, maybe I could do something with that. Don't know if that made any sense, but that's how I feel with the blue. And I know that's a glitter shadow next to it, which I'm not a huge fan of the glitters either, but for some reason this one is calling me more than the other one. These are all going to be available November 15th. So for the Elsa collection, we have the palette. There's also ultra glossy lips, a luxe lipstick, a glittery obsessed, and I think it's the same thing in the Anna collection. Yeah, just different shades, and obviously the palette is different. I would have thought, looking at the two, that my eyes would have been drawn towards the Anna more. It's a little bit warmer. It has shades that I wear more on a regular basis, but I gotta say that my eyes keep going back to kind of like the more cool toned, like a little bit more of like this icy palette. That is the Elsa one. What do you guys think? I'm not surprised to see this collaboration with Colourpop. They've done Disney collaborations in the past. The sun just went whoosh, and with all of the snow on the ground, I feel like I all of a sudden just got real bright up in here. Oh my goodness. Filming a little bit later since I was filming for Instagram too, so it's after 3 o'clock right now, and it was starting, like it's starting to get dark so soon. I was like, I have to hurry, I'm planning to film another video after this one, and then all of a sudden the sun came up and now I feel like I'm a bright glowing goddess. Oh my goodness. Okay. But like I was saying, I'm not surprised to see this. They've done the collaborations with Disney in the past. I think it makes, like, I'm just not surprised. I don't know if I should say it makes sense, because what does make sense these days, but I'm not surprised, and I think that this will really intrigue a lot of people, because even though like Disney is the Frozen movie, whereas like the princesses in the past called to my childhood, like that's who I grew up with, that's who I was for Halloween and all of that, that's what called to me. But I think this collaboration could call towards obviously like younger kids and all of that, but even too, like I can see like the moms and the parents being interested in this too, because they also had to watch the Frozen movies and hear the songs over and over, and maybe it'll be fun for them too. So I don't know if I'm like going to run out to grab the Elsa palette. I did just pick up the Smoke Show palette from Colourpop, and I did do a Sephora haul. I actually have my haul video already live, and I tend to notice that after I do a haul, especially a little bit of a bigger one for me, it's almost kind of like harder for me to be like, yes, I'm just gonna go run out and buy makeup again, because I am a little bit more conscious of how much I'm spending on, and I can't just spend all of my money on makeup, nor do I want to, and all of that. But that one I do think is very pretty. And then the other collection that's coming out from Colourpop is the Coconut collection. So we have the Going Coconuts eyeshadow palette for $12. And then we also have, looks like there is some Super Shock shadows. Looks like we have some face products. There is a bronzer. Do like bronzers, let me tell you. I see the coconut face milk from Fourth Ray Beauty is included in this photo on Trendmood, who I do always have linked to my description box. This collection is going to be available November 13th. I do like the looks of this palette too. I think that it's pretty, but I don't know if it's anything that I feel like I have to run out and grab. And it's kind of interesting because a few of the shades I feel like I actually have in the Lawless palette, which I used today. So I hauled the little one palette from Lawless, and I'm looking at some of like these matte browns and even kind of like this orange. I feel like I can see something similar in this palette too, and even like the darker brown and everything. It's not like I'm not duping it by any means, but I'm just saying I just bought this palette, I bought the Kaja stack, and I bought this palette, Kaja stack, and the Colourpop Smoke Show. So it's like, do I really need any more? If I was between this one and the Elsa one, I think I would purchase the Elsa, because I feel like it adds more of a difference to my collection than the coconut one would. But I'm also kind of eyeing the bronzer from this collection, just to be honest. There was a Colourpop bronzer that I wanted to purchase for quite some time, and it kept going out of stock. I can't think of the name off the top of my head right now, but it kept going out of stock and I wasn't able to grab it. But I'm interested in trying out maybe a single bronzer from them. I have a couple of the single blushes that they did in collaboration with Kathleen Knights, and I really do like them. So yeah, maybe out of this collection, the bronzer. I do think the palette is pretty, and I like it. And I like the theme. I think that that's a lot of fun, but the Elsa palette has my attention just a little bit more. Also Colourpop, the coconut one. I don't think that this one has the glitter shades in there like I believe the Elsa one does. So you know, that could be an idea there too. And I don't think I've seen the price yet on the collection for the Disney set. Yeah, I don't see the prices on these posts yet. So if I find them by the time that this video goes up, if they've been posted, I will have them in my description box. And then one other thing from the Colourpop sister brand, Soul Body, they have come out with their face and body highlighter. So it's a soft blendable body powder that provides ultra dimensional shimmer for glowy skin. It's a sparkling highlight that has a buttery soft texture. You can wear it alone or over the Soul Glow oil, and this is $14, and they have a few different shades. There's also a body blending sponge for $7. I did get these sent to me. Let me actually grab one and show you what they look like. I hate when I clean. I spent the weekend like cleaning and trying to organize my filming room because I felt like I was like being caved in on, and then I can never find things. Does anyone else do that? It has been an issue of mine forever. I remember my mom in like high school being like, you need to clean your room or I'm gonna clean it. I'm like, don't touch my room. I know where everything is. I can see it. I know where things are. And then I clean and then I'm like, I have no idea where anything is. That was just me. I had no idea where I put these. But I had seen the photos online, but I felt like when I got the compact, it was actually quite a bit bigger than I was expecting. So Colourpop sent me over 2 different shades, and the one that I swatched was in Rose. So the compact is really quite large. It kind of reminds me of like the Marc Jacobs bronzers, to be honest. And again, this is the shade Rose. It does have like a really smooth, creamy texture. It almost feels a little bit more on the wet side, but not like the Super Shock formula. And then there is the swatch of Rose. So you can see it's very reflective. It almost looks like it has a little bit of glitter to it, but not too much. Like it's not super glittery. But I think sometimes with body products, sometimes they can have a little bit more glitter to them than like facial highlights, is what I hear. So yeah, I just thought that I would show you what the compact looks like, how large it was, and then the swatch of Rose if you were considering grabbing it. And the body sponge is also quite big too. So this is what the sponge looks like, and you can use it to apply it wherever it is that you want. So I just got these over the weekend. So far I have only swatched them. I don't use these types of products a ton, to be honest. I just I don't know, I've had Soul Body send me a few of their glow oils too, and like, well, it's nice to have like an item or 2 around the house because you never know when you might want something like that. I don't feel like I need to like totally stock up my collection, but thought I would show you what they look like. Okay, I went ahead and turned down the brightness because I thought the sun was gonna like come up and then go away right away, but it didn't. It's still hanging around, so I went ahead and turned down the brightness. I don't see that we have anything new from Anastasia, which is a little bit odd. I don't think we had anything from her last week either. But I do have a new palette here from Oprah Cosmetics. So Oprah just released a new pro palette, and this is called the Soul Palette. So I have it right here because I actually was invited to go down to Florida for the launch of this palette. Okay, that was my first launch party and I was super nervous. I am planning to do a get ready with me on Friday, just kind of chatting about my whole experience with it being my first launch party attending, and just my experience there. And I went with Jen Loves Reviews, who was so great to me. I got to meet Kathleen Lights, which was a huge moment for me, and it was just a really cool experience. But we were there because they did release one of their new pro palettes. So this is similar to like the boho palette, which I know is very popular. So inside you have quite a few different shades. This is a fresh new one because we're about to get into a giveaway. Hey. So let's hold off just a little bit. So we have some eyeshadows over here. These are actually for your brows, but you can use them as eyeshadows, liners, anything like that. You have a blush, a bronzer, a banana powder, and then we have highlights here as well. So this is kind of like really like an all-in-one palette, and then you do also have a mirror. I first tried the boho palette quite some time ago, and I really enjoyed it. When I did my collaboration with Oprah, when I came out with like the lip set and then the March Beauty Word highlight, they let me pick a bunch of favorites from them as well, and they all went on a special page and they were all discounted if anyone wanted to buy them. And the boho palette I think went out of stock either on the first day that we did, that we announced the collaboration with the favorites page, or the second day, but it was like very quickly it went out of stock. So I know a lot of people really like these, and I'm someone who, I like smaller palettes for sure. Like I'm just a smaller palette type of girl. But I think the reason that I, even back then, was drawn to the boho palette was because instead of just being like a bunch of different face products, or I don't know, a bunch of different eye products like with a highlighter, you have a lot of different products in here. So there was times where I was taking this every time I went out of town, even though it was larger, because it was like, I have eyeshadows, I have a powder if I need it, I have bronzer, I have blush, I have highlight, even again brow products or liners or whatever it may be that you want to use those for. I felt like I had so many different options, so that's what made the boho palette a favorite of mine. And then once we did the favorites page, I realized how many people actually really do love these, and I'm assuming it's probably for that reason too. So this is the new palette, again, the Soul palette that is available now. It is on the website for $79, and then I have my discount code which gets you 20% off. That is Samantha if you're interested in picking up the Soul palette. But I also did want to do a giveaway because I was sent this in PR, and then because I did go to the launch party, they had goodie bags there, and this was in the goodie bag, so I thought, why not sneak a little giveaway in here? So if you are interested in the giveaway, I just put together like a little Oprah prize pack, again, of like some of my favorite items that you can try out and some of their newer items. So the first one is going to be the Soul palette, like I said. I'm also going to include their HD volumizing mascara. I've already gone through one of these. I enjoy it so much. It makes your lashes really full and thick, which I appreciate. And then the verified liquid liner. I've mentioned this liner a couple times in recent videos. I can't remember if it's the Will I Buy It, talking about new liners, or what it's been, but this is a really, really nice liquid liner, very easy for me to use. And then I have two of their lip glosses. I love the Oprah lip gloss formula. I think it's so good. So we have the shades Gloss Up and also Natural, two of my favorites also that's going to go in the giveaway box. And then I have two of their holiday items that just came out. These are both face duos. So in the Hot Cocoa, you have the bronzer on one side, and then the Rodeo Drive highlighter on the other. And then this one here is Snuggle Up, so you have the Bellini blush on one side and the Star Island highlighter on the other. So those are two duos here that came out for holiday. So that's just a little prize pack that I thought I would throw in here just to say thank you to you guys. I mean, I know that I was invited to a launch party because of just the support of so many of you. Thank you for coming back to watch my videos. Thank you for supporting my collaboration with Oprah that we did in the summer. It was such an exciting time for me, and to be able to have an experience like what I had in Florida was just was so awesome. I mean, there was one point where I was standing next to Jen and we're drinking mimosas and we're looking at this beautiful view of the ocean, and we both were just like, how is this our lives? Like, how did we get here? You know, it was such a cool moment, and I know that so much of it is to say thanks to you guys for supporting me and my ideas and my videos, and I just appreciate it so much. So that's what I wanted to put together for a little giveaway here. So if you want to enter, it's super simple to enter into my giveaways. Just make sure you are a subscriber here and leave a comment and include the hashtag SamSquad in there. If you want to leave a comment but you're not interested in entering the giveaway, just don't include that hashtag. I'll be choosing one winner that has the hashtag SamSquad in there. That lets me know that you want to enter into the giveaway. I'm just going to close it in a few days. I am going out to LA for the American Influencer Awards, which I'm super nervous about, but I finally booked my flights. I went back and forth for the longest time, but I did it. A lot of you encouraged me to try something new, and you know, it's gonna be a new experience. It's my first time in LA. I could just feel myself starting to sweat even as I'm saying these words, but we're gonna do it. I'm gonna try to choose a winner before I head out for there, so I can have your information and just get ready to package this up by the time I get back. But that's it. Just make sure you're a subscriber here, leave a comment, and I will respond to your comment letting you know that you are the winner and ask for your email that way. So yeah, if you want to leave like your Instagram or your Twitter, or if you have a different social media, your email if you feel comfortable. I know not everyone will, but sometimes Instagram, or I'm sorry, sometimes YouTube doesn't alert you when I respond to your comment. I think that's like a new thing these days, but I am hearing from a lot of my winners that they aren't getting my message. So if you leave any other platform that you can, a lot of times I've been having to reach out via that one and message you that way in case you don't get my comment. So thought I would include that too. The giveaway will be open international, and just thank you guys. I appreciate it so much. Moving over to a few holiday items. So Sigma Beauty has released their holiday sets, and I always get really excited to see what they are going to release because I feel like their holiday sets are typically really just really good ones, or they include a lot of good products in there, and I find myself getting excited to recommend them every year. So they just came out with their sets. They have ones with brushes, they have ones with makeup, they have ones with like brush cleaning supplies. They definitely have a lot of different options to choose from. One that I thought was interesting is the Gorgeous Gaze Trio. This is $47. You get the Warm Neutrals Volume 2 palette, which I think is a really good one, and also one of their like eye sticks, which I think are great too, and the eyeliner. Again, there's some different brush sets. Easy on the eyes is $34. You get 3 eye brushes in there, including some of my favorites. They have their 3D HD blender duo is $20 for 2 of their blenders. Again, they have brush cleaning supplies in there too if you want to check them out. So I feel like they have some really good set options in there, and they all come in this like beautiful gold packaging. I also feel like Sigma does a really good job with their like holiday packaging. I just think it's always very like festive and holiday-y and all of that. So I will have my Sigma link down below, and I am also an affiliate with them, so you can get a percentage off if you shop with the code Samantha. So if you're interested in stocking up for yourself or for gifts or anything like that, Sigma does have some good sets available now. Milani also came out with some holiday releases. I talked about their brush set last week. I know a lot of you agreed with me that you thought the brush set was priced pretty high. I think it was either like $60 or $69 for the brush set, which I know they're supposed to be like really beautiful, and the handles are so sparkly and great and everything, but it still seems kind of high for Milani brushes. But they are coming out with a 24 karat collection. We have the Gilded Gold eyeshadow palette with 15 shades. It's going to be $19.99. There's a Ludicrous gloss with a gold shine for $8.99. There's also the eyeshadow duo in there for $5.99. They have a metallic shimmer lipstick for $8.99. They have a set with the lip gloss, and the lipstick, gloss, and eyeshadow duo for $18. And I also thought this was really interesting. They're gonna have the ultimate, ooh, no, it clicked away. Why would you do that to me? It has the ultimate baked blush, like vault collection is going to be available too, which I thought was really cool. I don't know if Milani has ever released anything like that before, but the ultimate baked blush vault for $59.99. So it has all of their different blushes in there. I think that's really cool. The Milani Luminosa was one of my very first like OG YouTube made me buy it items. Everyone was raving about it. I've purchased a couple different blushes from them as well. I've been kind of on the hunt for some of their newer blushes. I haven't been able to find them in stores yet to kind of hold them and see which one I think would work best for me, but I keep looking for them. Every time I go somewhere, I'm always looking for the new shades of the Milani blushes. So that's pretty interesting. This is a palette, kind of going back to what I was saying earlier about sometimes seeing shades next to each other and thinking of something. When I looked at this palette, there's like there's this really beautiful gold and kind of like this blue like deep green shade next to each other, and my eyes immediately was like the gold palette. That's what I thought of. And then looking at the rest of the palette, it doesn't look to me like the Natasha Denona gold palette at all, but something about those two shadows being together like triggers something in my mind, like doo-doo-doo, I know like a palette I've seen that looks like this. I know looks I could do with that. And looking at the rest of the palette, I'm like, this doesn't look anything like the gold palette. So I don't know. That's just kind of like a weird thing that I've noticed that my mind kind of does, but it does look like a pretty palette. Everything else looks good price-wise. I feel like those brushes are just kind of like the one odd outlier of the whole collection. I also think the Baked Blush Vault is really cool. I don't know if I need it because I don't know if I would need to wear all of those different blushes, and I already own some and all of that, but I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting. So you have to let us know if you are grabbing anything from Milani. And then I saw that Sol de Janeiro is coming out with the Brazilian Nude Cream to nourish and gently soothe, infused with skin calming Brazilian passion flower, formulated without fragrance or shimmer. It's supposed to leave you with hydrated, balanced skin for $40. So it's a body lotion from Sol de Janeiro, which they're very well known for their body lotions and all of that, but I feel like kind of the thing about this one is saying that like there is no fragrance to it, it's fragrance free and all of that, which I think is interesting because I feel like Sol de Janeiro is really well known for their like scents in their products, with like the Boom Boom Cream kind of has like that like cupcake vanilla type of scent, and they have a couple other products. I think there's one that I hear people say smells like popcorn. I don't think I have that one myself, but I don't know. So I feel like it's kind of interesting that this one is supposed to be fragrance free. I think a lot of people would enjoy. I know not everyone enjoys fragrance in all of their products and all of that, but that one is going to be coming soon. I don't think I need it right now. I have a few new lotions that I actually got recently for me to test out. Moving over to a drugstore, L'Oreal is releasing a few new items. They are pre-sale right now on Amazon. I've noticed CoverGirl did this with their most recent foundation. I think there was another brand that the pre-sale was available through Amazon. I think that this is interesting. I don't know if this is like, are we going to keep seeing this kind of thing? I don't know. I don't know. I'm feeling a little salty towards Amazon at the moment. It never fails, with every book release, there's always something that goes wrong, and it typically is because of Amazon. I'm about to release my 8th novel. It's coming out on the 22nd of November. I'm very excited for it, but I'm starting to get very stressed because you put everything together, like your file and your cover and all of that. Amazon puts it together for you, and then you can view it online, but you also have to order a proof copy and to look at it to make sure everything is okay, the cover is lined up, the inside of the book is what you think it's going to look like. I ordered my copy and it came in last week, but the font was smaller than I wanted it to be, and so I emailed the gal who does my formatting, and she made the font bigger, and then I went to, you know, resubmit everything and request a proof copy. You request a proof copy and then you get an email. It says within 4 hours, and you follow that link and you can check out to get your proof copy and ship it to you and everything like that. I did it on Saturday, email never came. I did it again on Sunday, email never came. So Sunday night I emailed Amazon and I was like, what's going on? I can't request a proof, like I can request it, but I can't check out. All they did was write back and say, oh thanks, we've noticed we're having a technical error. We'll look into it. So I don't know, the Kindle copy is up right now for pre-sale. If anyone's interested in grabbing the Kindle copy, but normally I have like pre-orders running on my website, but I don't want to put anything up until I'm 100% sure everything looks great and grand and all of that. And so I'm just waiting over here because Amazon's having technical issues. It happens every single book release. There's always something, and it makes me want to cry every single day because I'm so stressed about releasing a new book. But another one is coming. I'll have the links down below if you're interested about it. And again, like I said, the pre-order for the Kindle copy is up now. But moving back to makeup. So L'Oreal has some Infallible Tinted Loose Setting Powders for $10.99, going to be available November 15th. They also have some eyeliner, mascara, liquid eyeshadow, a matte lip crayon, the micro ink pen by Brow Stylist. So a few of those other releases are also going to be available November 28th. But again, if I can find the link on Amazon for the pre-sale, I will go ahead and put it in my description box. I don't feel like there's anything really calling to me right away out of this set. I just kind of thought it was most interesting that another drugstore brand too is having pre-sale on Amazon. I don't know, let me know your thoughts on that one and what you feel about it. I thought was interesting. It says that Drunk Elephant is going to start coming out with hair care products. So again, reading off Trend Mood, it says, from skincare to hair care, Drunk Elephant, which recently sold to Shiseido, we're gonna see a hair tangling spray and more. I don't really have any other information on it, but I just thought I would throw it out there because when I saw the post, I was like, that's interesting. That was, I guess I didn't see that coming. I don't know, I guess maybe I would have thought more like body stuff first versus hair, but I don't know. I like Drunk Elephant skincare, like truly one of my favorite skincare brands. There's a couple items from them that I really do enjoy and I go back for and I recommend so much, but we'll have to see what the hair products are going to be like. So let us know if you're interested in seeing some hair care items from Drunk Elephant, but I'll just have to keep an eye on that one and see what comes out. Charlotte Tilbury is releasing a kind of like a smaller palette. I think this is for holiday. Yeah. So this is terracotta toned clay eyeshadow palette for $57. Does it have a name? So it says the Charlotte Darling palette, and it's one of the Easy Eye palettes. Okay, that was a little bit confusing. So inside you have 6 different shades. The shades look really pretty and they definitely scream me. I feel like I would wear every single one of these, but the palette is $57, which I still feel like is, I know that Charlotte Tilbury is higher priced and they're more expensive, but her larger palettes, like the larger one that came out for holiday, is $75. And so I don't know, I just figure with like this more smaller palette, I wish it was less expensive than the $57 because I just still feel like that's a lot of money for 6 shades. I don't know. And I like the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow formula. I like the one that she came out with last year for holiday, but it wasn't like an absolute favorite of mine. The quads I don't actually really love. I liked the larger palette even more, but it's not a formula that I get like super jazzed for. I just, I don't know. Again, the shades are very pretty, but I just feel like that's kind of high. I did see that Kesha is coming out with a new brand. So we've had a lot of celebrities and musicians and actors and all of that coming out with their own brands this year. So we have another one. This is Kesha Rose Beauty, created by Kesha. She says it is all of my favorite bright, insane rainbow and earth and nature inspired colors. There's going to be an eyeshadow palette for $36, a dual-ended liquid liner for $28. There's also going to be some lipsticks and gloss, a duo for $26, and the collector box is going to be $120. Available December 3rd online at Kesha Rose Beauty. I don't think that Kesha and I necessarily have the same style. I like a lot of what she does. I like a lot of her songs. I was really proud of her when she was going through a lot and just like really standing up for herself also in media and kind of showing other women and girls that you know, I just felt like she had a really powerful message going for a while, and I was very much inspired by that. But looking at the promo photos and just kind of what I know from Kesha, I don't feel like there'd probably be a ton that I'm like running out to grab that I think that I would wear a bunch. But I would love to know if you guys, again, are huge Kesha fans or if you're just interested in the line in general. Let me know in the comments. So I think we're actually about done. I did see that LOreal Los Angeles is coming out with a holiday collection. This is Holiday in the Sun. There's a lipstick trio for $38 or $18 each, and then a bronzed highlighter palettes for $19 each. I think these are available now. I'll be honest, when I saw the post on Trendmood, I didn't know right away who the brand would be, and I almost didn't click on it because nothing really intrigued me from the photo, which it sounds so silly, but I wasn't like looking for new items for my list. I was just kind of like scrolling through Trendmood to see what was going on, and I almost just passed right through it because I was like, oh, nothing really interests me. And then I clicked on it and I saw that it was LOreal Los Angeles, which was started by YouTuber LOreal, and this isn't like I'm not saying this to be rude, I'm just saying like what kind of popped into my mind is I feel like I haven't seen a lot released from the brand recently. I don't know if it's just because maybe I don't keep up. I don't really watch LOreal. I haven't purchased anything from the brand myself, but I was like, I feel like I haven't heard about a lot of new releases. There isn't a ton going on for a holiday collection, which I mean can be good, can be bad. You know, I know that a lot of people are feeling so overwhelmed and oversaturated right now with the beauty community, so maybe it's a good thing that it's not a ginormous collection. But you have the 3 lip shades and then these highlighter palettes. Nothing really calls to me. Again, when I saw the photo just for the first time, my eyes just kind of gazed right over it. But I don't know, I would love to know, have you guys been purchasing a lot from the brand? Are you interested in some of these new products? And other than that, that is going to wrap it up for this week's video. Do let me know your thoughts, what you're thinking about all these new releases. Again, if you do want to enter into that giveaway to win some of those Oprah prizes, just make sure to leave the Sam Squad in your comment and I'll be choosing a winner shortly for that. But other than that, if you guys did enjoy this video, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you also consider subscribing before you go, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.